Good afternoon. Once again, I am your online learning coordinator for this subject, social issues and professional practice. So for today, we will discuss the anonymity in the internet, which is the module 6 of this subject. So to start with, let us talk about the learning outcomes for this module. So by the end of the discussion or this module, you are expected to define anonymity. You should also be able to enumerate and determine the differences of anonymity types, enumerate and determine the differences between anonymous servers, understand the legal concerns of anonymity, and understand the advantages and disadvantages of anonymity. All right, so to start with, again, in order for us to understand anonymity, we have to uncover the following topics, such as anonymity or the definition of anonymity, types of anonymity, anonymity and or in the internet, and lastly, the advantages and disadvantages of anonymity. All right, so let's have the definition first of anonymity. When we say anonymity, we are referring to the state of being nameless or having no identity. So talking about being anonymous, we are just stating that you are not identifying yourself. You are not identifying or you are not informing others regarding your identity. All right. So types of anonymity, we do have the pseudo identity identified by a certain pseudonym, code, or number. So when you have this pseudo identity, you are still not identifying or you are not informing others your true identity by means of using some sort of codes, some sets of numbers, or it can also be a pseudonym. Untraceable identity is one of the types of anonymity, not known by any name, including pseudonyms. So there are no codes being used, no numbers or sets of numbers, no pseudonym, nothing at all is being used as your identity. All right. Anonymity with a pseudo address to receive and send correspondence with others. So basically, you're using anonymous remailers, users, or user groups and new groups. So if you don't want other people to know or other organization to know where is the receiver coming from or where is the message coming from and where it is to be sent, then basically you can use this. All right. And then we also have the two channels that carry out anonymous acts, such as anonymous users and anonymous servers. So for example, if you are using the internet, you can be anonymous. Like maybe if you do have a social media account, you can use a picture that is not yours. Maybe just a plain black picture, something like that. So you're not really revealing your face, something like that. You can also use a name that is not yours or a fake name. And then you can already have your social media account. So in that way, you are being considered as an anonymous user. There are also anonymous servers, and these anonymous servers have two types: full anonymity servers and pseudonymous servers. So basically, when we talk about full anonymity, these are servers are using untraceable identity, like what we mentioned earlier, while pseudonymous servers are servers using pseudonym or codes or set of numbers. In that way, they're also not revealing their identity. All right. And then we have the advantages of anonymity. So anonymity is good when a whistleblower uses it to check unhealthy activities within the organization. Of course, Basically, guys, you will be able to protect the server of that certain organization, something like that. But if there is someone who would like to, check unhealthy activities, then you can still protect the organization, all right, by means of using an anonymous server, all right? So something like that. Anonymity is good in case of national security. Of course, as we all know that there is, or we should make sure that the national security of that specific country should not be put at risk. So if you are, let's say, for example, if you would like to send some sort of data from a certain country to another, then if you don't want other countries to know that there is like a process of sending and receiving data from a country to another, then you can use this feature. And as well as to hide the server, let's say, for example, of the government, let's say the Philippine National Police, all of the data that they have saved or any intelligence information should be kept private. And in this way, we should make sure that our servers should not be found by any possible hackers. And we will be able to do that by using this feature and making those servers anonymous. All right. Anonymity is good if intimidation and fear of reprisals is present. So in form of if you would like to intimidate someone, then you can also use this or you can use the different technology in the cyberspace. And in order for us to avoid experiencing these intimidations, then we can use this feature as well. Anonymity is good for some relationships and the security of some people. So, like what I've mentioned earlier, if you want to be anonymous in the internet, that's something that will, you know, prevent other people from getting your personal information, which they can also use those sets of information for identity theft, something like that. So we can avoid that from happening if you will be anonymous in, let's say, for example, in your social media accounts. The disadvantages, on the other hand, of anonymity is that criminals and embezzlers can use it to their advantage, especially in online social networks. So, for example, hackers can be anonymous, of course, as we all know that they're always anonymous and they're using this feature to protect themselves and not to be found by, let's say, by the police, something like that. All right. So they can also use this for their own advantage, which makes this feature um, disadvantageous. Lots of disputes could be solved if information from individuals party to these disputes can reveal the necessary information. So this is something that is also being considered as one of the disadvantages of anonymity. So basically, guys, that's the end of the module 6, the discussion for the anonymity in the internet. I hope that you are able to understand the lesson, and I'm looking forward to see each and every one of you in the next module or next discussion that we will be having. You keep safe always and stay healthy, and see you all next week or on the next discussion. Thank you.